রাম রাম হরে 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 কৃষ্ণ হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম হরে রাম 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 হরে হরে বলো হরে কৃষ্ণ হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম হরে রাম 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 হরে 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 কৃষ্ণ হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম হরে রাম 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 হরে 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 কৃষ্ণ হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম হরে রাম 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 হরে 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 কৃষ্ণ হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম হরে রাম 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 হরে হরে one more time together হরে কৃষ্ণ হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম হরে রাম 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 হরে হরে one more time last time হরে কৃষ্ণ হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম হরে রাম 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 হরে হরে Thank you. Were you singing? Thank you so much. Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Ashtottara Shata Sri Srimad Abhay Charanaru Bindu Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. ISKCON BBT Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Ashtottara Shata Sri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Brinda Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem se kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Brinda Ki Jai. Sri Sri Radha Krishna Gop Gopinath Sham Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Ki Jai. Sri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Sri Mayapur Navadip Dham Ki jai, Sri Jagannath Puri Dham ki jai, Ganga Mai ki jai, Jamuna Mai ki jai, Bhakti Devi Tulsi Maharani ki jai, Harinam Sankirtan ki jai, Samabita Bhakta Brinda ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. So now, we will actually read it from Bhagavad Gita. Every single day here, in the evening time, we read Bhagavad Gita. And in the morning, we read, no, probably I need it later. And in the morning, we read Srimad Bhagavatam and also Chaitanya Charitamrita. So, why we read them? We read them because to know about Krishna more and more. Shastra, scriptures, the more we read, more we understand. Otherwise, it is not possible to know who Krishna is. So the verse I have been given here. I have to put my glasses on, otherwise I can't see. Okay. Okay. Okay, the way we do here, first of all I read, and then you repeat after me. That's the way to read Sanskrit. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Okay. So we are reading from, we have the verse on the board there. It is chapter 18, text number 22. So please repeat after me. Sanskrit is not so easy, but if you repeat, it will be easier for you. Yattu kutasnabad ekasmin karye satyam ahaitukam atatvarthabad alpangcha tatyamasam udahutam. It is actually there on the screen, so you can repeat one more time, please. Yuttu krutasnabad ekasmin karye satyam ahaitukam atatvartha badalpangcha tatyamasam udahutam. One more time, again like this. Yattu kritasnabad ekasmin karye satyam ahaitukam atatyartho badalpangcha tatyamasam udahutam. So easy, huh? Otherwise, on your own, if you want to do it, is very difficult. Okay, so now we are going to do, anybody want to recite this verse on your own? And then I will repeat after you. Who wants to do that? Do you want to do that, Mataji? You want to do? No? Anybody? No. Okay, so we move, proceed. Now here, each and every Sanskrit word has a word-by-word meaning, and also the translation and the purport is given by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So what we just read is the word-by-word meaning. Please repeat after me. Yat, yat. That which, the meaning. Tu, repeat. But, Krishna but. Just repeat after me, huh? As all in all. Ekasmin. In one. Karye. Work. Saktam. Attached. Ahoitukam. Without cause. Atatyo arthavad. Without knowledge of reality. Alpam. Very meager. Yeah, alpa, huh? Little, limited. Cha. And. Tat. That. Tamasam. In the mode of darkness. Udahrutam. Is said to be. Now the translation also you repeat after me as I am saying. And that knowledge by which one is attached to one kind of work as the all in all, without knowledge of the truth, and which is very meager, is said to be in the mode of darkness. Thank you very much. You were doing so good. Now, purport, I am reading it, right? Please listen carefully. The verse you read, the word-by-word meaning, the translation you also repeated. Now listen, what is that meaning of this verse? And that is the purport Srila Prabhupada pointing out here. The knowledge of the common man is always in the mode of darkness or ignorance, because every living entity in conditional life is born into the mode of ignorance. One who does not develop knowledge through the authorities or scriptural injunctions has knowledge that is limited to the body. He is not concerned about acting in terms of the directions of scripture. For him, God is money, and knowledge means the satisfaction of bodily demands. Because you see, this has to be understood, hopefully not much noise here. So, such knowledge has no connection with the absolute truth. It is more or less like the knowledge of the ordinary animals. The knowledge of eating, sleeping, defending, and mating. Such knowledge is described here as the product of the mode of darkness. In other words, knowledge concerning the spirit soul beyond this body is called knowledge in the mode of goodness. Knowledge producing many theories and doctrines by dint of mundane logic and mental speculation is the product of the mode of passion. And knowledge concerned only with keeping the body comfortable is said to be in the mode of ignorance. You can read Mangalacharan with me, yes. Om Ajnanatimidandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayham Dadati Swapadantikam Vandehang Sri Gurun Sri Yuta Padakamalang Sri Gurun Vaishnamangscha Sri Rupang Sagrajatang Sahagana Raghunathang Nitang Twang Sajivam Sadvaitang Sabudhutang Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padang Sahagana Lolita Sri Vishakha Nitangsha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanto Radha Kanto Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Brindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhye Bacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Brindo. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. One more time. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare. Thank you. Yatu kutasnabade kasmin karye satyamahitakim atutvartha badalpancha tatyama samudahutam. And that knowledge by which one is attached to one kind of work as the all-in-all, without knowledge of the truth, and which is very meager, is said to be in the mode of darkness. Now, this particular verse is actually talking about the real knowledge. What is real knowledge? The translation is mentioning that knowledge by which one is attached to one kind of work only, and that is all in all. He's mentioning here, the verse we just read, the meaning is what I'm just now going through. So that kind of knowledge which is just focusing on only one kind of work, which means me and my body. That is all in all. That's all they know. How to be comfortable, how to know myself, and how to please my own family members. That's all. That is the knowledge here is talking about. Without knowledge of the truth, those people, they do not really have the truth. What is truth? Truth is absolute truth they are talking about here. Without knowledge of the truth, which is Bhagavan Swayam. We don't want to know that knowledge. The real truth, Satya. What is Satya? Satya is Bhagavan. Anyway, we'll come on to that. And which is very meager. So if I constantly think of myself, how I am going to be comfortable, so my knowledge is very limited. And this kind of knowledge, this particular verse is mentioning, is said to be in the mode of darkness. Right? Tamaguna, Sattaguna, Tamaguna, Rajaguna. This is what is guna? Modes. In English word is modes. And guna means quality within us. That's the quality. So if I think of my comforts, only me and myself, that means I am this is Krishna Bhagavan giving this knowledge. Now we have to think. Normally we discuss about, when we sit down together with our family members, what we discuss? We discuss how are you, how is she, how is the family member, and so on and so forth. Do we ever discuss the way Krishna Bhagavan is talking about here? He's giving us the knowledge. Don't go into that path. So here he's mentioning, so that if I think of myself only under me bodily concern, basically that is mode of darkness, fixed in only one thing. The purport, Srila Prabhupada explaining a little bit further. Hare Krishna. You can all hear me, even though you're sitting at the back. Hare Krishna. Okay, so here Srila Prabhupada is mentioning that knowledge of the common man is always in the mode of darkness or ignorance, because every living entity in conditional life is born into the mode of ignorance. Now very clearly Srila Prabhupada clearing this point, that knowledge about us, common man, which we all are common man, when we are born, we don't have this spiritual knowledge or any other knowledge. We only think as we grow up, we try to get material knowledge, then gradually we get to know the spiritual knowledge. But at the very beginning, when we are born, we are totally in the mode of darkness. Everyone, no one is excluded. Everyone in the darkness or in ignorance, because when we are born, we are conditioned in that body, right? Then he's saying, now the question is here, if we are ignorant, fair enough, I have no knowledge about anything. If we are ignorant, how to improve myself? That question must be coming within us, right? Okay, fair enough, that's how I'm born, nothing much I can do about it. The next line, Srila Prabhupada is mentioning that one who does not develop knowledge through the authorities or scriptural injunction has knowledge that is limited to the body. Right. Here is the answer. Now, if we are constantly thinking of my body or bodily concern, then Srila Prabhupada is saying we have to develop. Okay, we are born in ignorance, we have no knowledge, we are under illusion, but how to develop that knowledge? That's what we have to think, that's what we have to question ourselves. So how can I improve? Very much like you go to school, colleges, you are in the school. Now if you remain in the school forever, no. You tend to think, oh, I must go to college. So you must endeavor, you must try to get higher education. When you go to college, then you say, okay, fair enough, I BA, MA degree, whatever I have got. Now I want to do master's, PhD, whatever it is, whatever available. So that endeavor must be there. Similarly, Srila Prabhupada is saying that we have to develop that further knowledge. What is other knowledge? Let me see. He is not concerned about acting in terms of directions of scripture, right? So where to get other knowledge other than the material knowledge, which is scriptures. Now, why scripture? That is also the question. Why should we be following scripture? Because scriptures are the authority. Scriptures are the authority. Now, just think of yourself, there is always have to be someone authority. Forget about spiritual authority. You, in your life, in your family life, at home, either husband is the authority or wife is the authority, or then we go to school, colleges, teachers are the authorities. Then when we go to work, the boss is the manager is the authority. Higher than manager is the chairman is the authority. So you can see in our life, day-to-day life, there is an authority. We have to obey that authority. There is no escape from that. Now, why not take the authority from scripture? Krishna is our authority. In our case, spiritual knowledge, if you think of, if you want to know, forget about spiritual knowledge, if you want to develop your knowledge, you have to know, now that you have come to Krishna's place, how much do we know about Krishna? You have to know about Krishna, and that is the knowledge is talking about here. In order to know that knowledge, we have to read scriptures. Here, Krishna Bhagavan has spoken. Sri Bhagavan Uvacho. Who is speaking in Bhagavad Gita? Sri Bhagavan is speaking. So we have to accept his words. Here he is saying in this verse that improve from your mode of ignorance to mode of goodness. That's exactly what he's trying to say. So such knowledge, yes, that these people, those who are in mode of ignorance and mode of darkness, what is God for him? For him, God means money. Please give me more money so that I can live very comfortably. And knowledge means the satisfaction of the bodily demands. Now he thinks, okay, I have so many demands of the body, how to improve that? So they go to God, oh please God, give me more money so I can have this comfort, that comfort, whatever comfort they are asking for. So it is more or less, now this line, please listen carefully, this line Srila Prabhupada is pointing out, that it is more or less like a knowledge of the ordinary animals. Now why did he compare this knowledge, mode of ignorance, mode of illusion, is very much like an ordinary animal. Why animal? Because animal has the knowledge of eating, sleeping, defending, and mating. And if we are in bodily concern, that's the same knowledge if we have, how to make my body comfortable, to have beautiful eating, sleeping, mating, and defending, then there's no difference between animal and us. Such knowledge is described here as the product of the mode of darkness, right? As the translation saying, this kind of knowledge, if we are constantly thinking about our body comforts, then that knowledge is nothing but mode of darkness. Mode, as I said, guna. Guna means quality within us. In other words, now Srila Prabhupada, listen carefully, this is very nicely he is mentioning. Okay, so far he have talked about that what is the knowledge of darkness, right? Mode of darkness, he mentioned that. Now he is mentioning that knowledge concerning the spirit soul beyond this body is called knowledge in the mode of goodness. Sattva-guna. What is Sattva-guna? Rajaguna, Tamaguna. He described about the Tamaguna, mode of darkness. Now, what is mode of goodness? Mode of goodness is that when we try to find out who is governing this body. We have a body. Everybody knows we have a beautiful body, right? We are very, very concerned about the body, how to feed, how to look beautiful, how to sleep, how to mate, and how to defend. We all know all of that. But this body has someone very special. This is a gross body, right? This is a gross body. And within this body is just like a dress. Within this body there is something. Now tell me something. There is a living body and there is a dead body, side by side. What's the difference? Who can tell me what's the difference? A dead body and a living body. What is missing in the dead body? Because dead body also has eyes, nose, hands, leg, everything is there, just like a living body. So what's the difference? Huh? Soul has left the body. That's right. That's a simple fact. So this soul, where it has come from? This soul comes from spiritual world. It's not a product. This body is a product of matter. This is the earthly body. Is this material world is the very basic principle is earth, air, water, fire, ether. This is the composed of very basic things here. You will see earth, you will see water, you will see air. This is the very basic element in this world. And this body also made to fit in this body, in this earth. So this is actually called earthly body, right? And that's why after death, this body becomes decomposed on earth, right? But soul actually leaves the body. Soul doesn't die. So the person who is concerning about the spirit soul beyond this body, his knowledge That's the spirit soul. Therefore, are we the body or are we the spirit soul? Who can say? We are actually a spirit soul. Yes, that's right. But we've taken up this dress. Next life we'll be taking another dress. We'll be changing the dresses, right? But the spirit soul remain intact. It leaves this body. This body doesn't function anymore. It takes up another body. So death is very simple. Then he is going on to mention, so that was the mode of goodness. But then he is mentioning knowledge producing many theories and doctrines by dint of mundane logic and mental speculation is the product of the mode of passion. Now he is talking about Hare Krishna, Shanti, please. So now he's talking about what is mode of passion. Mode of passion is, he's mentioning, I accept something, but then again I try to put my own ideas into a theory or a particular doctrines, and that makes the whole thing spoiled. The real thing we have to accept, the knowledge Krishna is giving, we have to accept as it is. That's why our Bhagavad Gita is as it is. Huh? So knowledge concerning, when we keep giving our own mundane ideology and the mental speculated way, bringing up some theories, the whole thing gets concocted, right? And then finally he's mentioning again the knowledge concerned only with keeping the body comfortable is said to be in the mode of ignorance. Now basically this is what we constantly do. But then again we have to think, we try to be how comfortable we can be. But we have to think on the other hand that there is something beyond this body. How this soul is made, where this soul has come from. Prabhu, would you, if you like to come in the front, I would prefer to see you, or is it right in the front? Those who are here in the behind me, if you wouldn't mind to come in the front, so I can communicate. Thank you so much. So, this Bhagavad Gita, the knowledge what we are getting from Bhagavad Gita is not only this knowledge is beyond nectar. And this is actually called, is here Srila Prabhupada mentioning in the purport, this is absolute truth. Now what is absolute truth? Absolute means perfect, pure. There is no mistake. Krishna doesn't make any mistake. We do. Constantly we are making mistakes. Jai Shri Shri Radha Gokulananda ki Jai, Jai Shri Shri Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman ji ki Jai, Jai Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Thank you. So, this is Bhagavad Gita, the knowledge what he is giving, and absolute truth. Now, absolute means, as I just mentioned, so this Bhagavad Gita is actually our Vedic wisdom. Veda means knowledge. What is wisdom? Wisdom is actually means that thoughtful application of learning, which is judgmental way seeing things. You try, what I'm just mentioning to you, if you just try to apply yourself and say, okay, this verse I'm telling you, chapter 18, text 22. You go home, I'm sure all of you have a Bhagavad Gita at home. Who haven't got a Bhagavad Gita? Can you raise your hand? No, you haven't got Bhagavad Gita. Okay. Anyway, so you can look through the computer and you can find that. This verse, what I'm talking about, what a beautiful knowledge is giving. Don't try to be in, doesn't matter that we are ignorant, we are born, doesn't really matter. But improve ourselves. That's basically Krishna is telling us. So on the other hand, one is the spiritual knowledge, which is giving Krishna Bhagavan giving, yes, and Srila Prabhupada elaborating on that. Bhagavad Gita as it is sheer nectar. Nothing else but nectar, And it is actually Vedic wisdom, knowledge, how to learn, how to accomplish, judgmental way. So many things. Bhagavad Gita, Look, the one thing we have to understand, Bhagavad Gita, Krishna Bhagavan has given the 5 different subject matter. First he spoke about soul. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Please come here and sit in front of me if you can. Yes, he spoke about soul, first and foremost thing. You all know the background, yes, that Arjuna didn't want to fight in Kurukshetra battle. And Krishna came in and he said he was the chariot driver. He was helping him. And he was saying that you must fight. Because Duryodhana was not a nice man. He was trying to stop the war many times, but he wouldn't listen. He wouldn't give an inch. It's all about the kingdom, as you can see. So anyhow, the point is that Krishna Bhagavan spoke about 5 different subject matter. One is in Atma. The next thing which is soul, spirit soul. Next thing, then he spoke about karma, work, what we do, And very important, what type of, because that is actually enable us to get the next body. Remember, this life has been given to us to be a nice person in all around, including adding Krishna to our life. Then he talked about Kala, time. You see, time is passing away. Here we are, I'm gone tomorrow. This is the time. So everybody we have seen taken birth, now they disappeared. Where did they go? Time has taken them. Their time is up, they must go. That's how it is. Then he talked about karma, supreme personality of Godhead. And then, who is Supreme Personality? Although he didn't actually say that I am, but in so many ways, he actually indirectly, he pointed out that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And then he talked about Prakriti, nature. Look, now is the springtime. How beautiful everywhere is looking. Beautiful sunshine. Everything is coming up. How much endeavor have we done? It just comes up. So these are the subject matter. Now tell me, who has given you this knowledge? Has anybody in your family members, you care for so much for them, who have told you that we are not the body, we are the spirit soul? Huh? No one has talked about that much. I mean, at least I didn't get that much knowledge from anyone. Krishna is describing, Krishna is discussing, Krishna is giving this knowledge to Arjuna, not just for Arjuna, for all of us. So look at his discussion and just think of our discussion, how we discuss things in our family life. So this is very important what he's giving us. So we have to receive the knowledge through Shastra Chakshusha. Shastra Chakshusha, by the eyes of the Shastra. That is perfect knowledge. Now, you may say, you may have an argument, why Shastra? I know so many things. I have learned from my family members, so on and so forth. But Shastra is so perfect. I give you an example. Srila Prabhupada actually has given this example. Now, normally, any animal stool, that is impure. Every time we touch any animal stool, we have to either take bath or we have to leave that place immediately, right? But at the same time, Shastra says, cow dung is very pure, antiseptic. I mean, I know for my experience in my life, I have seen in our house, in India, there's all we used to use, that was many years back, we used to use just the cow dung, gobar. It is antiseptic, actually. Very, very pure. So Shastra one side, so we have to, and you try, scientifically it's been proven, it is actually a antiseptic, right? So this is Shastra. That's why we have to take Shastra Chakshusha, and the eyes of the Shastra. Whatever they are telling us, don't try to bring up another theories or another doctrines. There's no need for that. Shastra verified everything and presenting this truth in front of us. So please accept. So these teachings of Bhagavad Gita, really, in our book, we have to take it very seriously. Krishna Bhagavan is saying in Bhagavad Gita, there's the verse 529, Bhuktaram Jagga Tapusang Sarvaloka Maheshwaram Suridang Sarvabhutanam Gyata Mam Shantir Michati. You see, all of us, we are trying to find out Shanti, peace, nowhere to find. We may be having so much opulence, money, knowledge, whatsoever, so many things. Material knowledge doesn't really give us happiness. I give you an example. Srila Prabhupada's own brother, right? He was extremely intelligent and he was keep reading. He had all the qualification you could think of. BA, MA, school, colleges, BA, MA, then PhD. And then he also done his medicine, and then he has done his all intellectual, engineering, LLB, law, practically every degree he has completed. But then finally, do you know what happened? Because he didn't get the real knowledge. That's what he was looking for. And that's why he studied more and more and more to look something else, something, which will be pleasing him. That was the spiritual knowledge. He didn't get that. Do you know what happened to him in the end? He running on the street and as a madman. He was loitering in the street as a madman just because he didn't get the proper knowledge. So anyway, this is our business, to try to find out. Now, everything we do, whether it's a sacrifice, this verse, what I've just mentioned, 529, please make a note and you can look it up yourself, that anything we do, whether it's a sacrifice, whether it's a penances, whether it's an austerity, beneficiary is Krishna, right? Ultimate goal, it goes to Krishna. And he says, Suridam Sarvabhutanam, I am the friend of everyone. Now, Surid means, the Surid means well-wisher. Now, Surid also can be Bandhu, Sakha, Mitra. Now, Sanskrit word has a very vast meaning. Surid has been mentioned here. Surid means someone who doesn't, actually all other words, which is Bandhu, friend, Sakha, Mitra, they have a certain kind of transaction. In other words, that you do something for me and I do something for you. But Surid has no transaction, simply and well-wisher. He will do anything, to please you. Like, for instance, how many of us are here to hear about Krishna Katha? Not very many. But there are millions and out there. They don't want to know Krishna. But Krishna is unkind to them? No. He's everyone. 8,400,000 pieces of living entity. He's kind to every one of them. And he said, I am the Surid for everyone. And then what he said, if you try to know me, only then you will get Shanti, peace. That's what we are looking for, all of us, trying to find this Shanti in so many ways. But which is, knowledge, you call it, fame, you call it, whether it's a strength, you call it, wealth, you call it, whatever way we try to find out, Shanti, not available, temporary. Because ultimate goal of our life is to know Krishna. Yeah. Then, this particular age we are in now, it's Shastra actually. See, this is the knowledge. Shastra is telling us that Krishna Varnang Tisha Krishnang Sangha Pangastha Parshadam Jagui Sankirtanai Prayoi Jajantihi Sumedhasaha. Sumedhasaha. Very intelligent, that person. This particular age of Kali means what? Kali means Kalaha. Kalaha means quarrel. Everybody quarreling with another without reason even sometime. So they are all quarreling each other. So the thing is that he is mentioning that this Shastra is giving us this knowledge, so vital. He is telling us in this age nothing will work. All you have to do to chant the holy name of the Lord. That's what we do. What do we do? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This is the Sankirtan Yagna. in this age of Kali, congregational chanting. And that's what we have to do. So we have to think, who are we? This is the real knowledge. Aham Brahmasmi. The knowledge is I am not just the body, I am a spirit soul, Brahma. So this body, as I mentioned, body is just the dress. Otherwise, this body is just a lump of matter. It's just a lump of matter. So don't take too much notice of that. Anyway, so we have to try to understand this Bhagavad Gita's knowledge scrutinizingly. And then what happened? We might be saying, what's the point? I will not get a job by learning Bhagavad Gita, because we are concerning about body all the time. But then Krishna is telling us, if you read, if you understand me, if you have bhakti, if you have prema on me, what happens? Takta deha punarjanma naiti mameti kontya. Punarjanma will not have. What does it mean? That means birth, death, old age and disease constantly we are having, right? And that will be stopped forever, because when we take shelter of Krishna, Krishna will take us back home, back to Godhead. And then another thing is that many times we see that we concern about the body again, very much like this verse, knowledge about the body. We say, I am Indian, I am American, I am European. Now Shastra is telling us, Srila Prabhupada also giving us this example, sun. Sun is rising every country, whether India, America or Europe, wherever, right? So that's, Krishna is just like a sun. Krishna ji bhaje shebaro chotur. So we should not be identifying ourselves. I am this, I'm better than you, and you are worse than I am. Not like that. He says, Krishna ji bhaje, Chaitanya Charitamrita actually telling us, Krishna ji bhaje shebaro chotur. The person who worships Krishna is very, very intelligent. And another thing he says, Bohunam, this is Bhagavad Gita, Bohunam janmanam ante jnanavan mang prapaddate. Vasudeva sarvamiti sha mahatma sudurlabha. Bahunam janma. Bahu, many, million times we are coming birth and death and old age and disease. But at the end of your life, if you take a shelter of Vasudev, the son of Vasudev, which is Krishna, then what happens? That person, he is declaring that Mahatma, he becomes a Mahatma, and that person is Sudurlabha. Very, very rare. Always we have to remember, Mrityu sarva harascha. Death takes away everything. Whatever we possess today, whether it's a family member, whether it's a wealth, whether it's a fame, whether it's a knowledge, everything will be finished at the time of death. Now, Bhagavad Gita is extremely important for us. I just quickly want to give you an example. No, it is actually a fact, not just example, it is a fact. Recently, not very recently, in Kazakhstan, it's a Muslim country. So in Kazakhstan, one of our Prabhu, one of our senior member went for preaching there. And it's a pure Muslim country, as you know. He wanted to go a different center to preach. Then one young boy who was helping, he's a local boy, he was helping him. And then Prabhuji asked, and he was helping him to take him different places, driving the car. He was asking him, the Prabhuji was asking him, how did you come into Krishna consciousness? Being your background Islamic, how did you come into Krishna consciousness? He said, Prabhuji, this is a very long story, but long story, make it a short. I was a student in a university, and I used to see one young lady, used to sell books. And one day I saw a Bhagavad Gita. So that made me very interesting. So she said, it's a very wonderful book. Please take this book and read it. So I took that book, giving him some donations. Now this boy has come from country, like we do. We go to university, but we live in the village. So when the summer vacation come, he went back to his college, back to his home. And there, all the family members together, they were very happy to see him back on his vacation. He was then, they were treated him with all kinds of non-vegetarian item, and they were giving him. So he said, no, I have been, I am only going to stick to rice and bread, nothing else. So they were saying, oh my God, then how are you going to survive? As they have no knowledge of. And then he said, no, I'm fine, I became vegetarian. So in this way, what happened, actually this boy mentioned that Kazakhstan, people eat meat like wolf. That is his word, that they eat meat like wolf. Anyhow, so he had his meal, whatever he could eat, and then he went to sleep. When he went to sleep, he saw that after a little while he woke up, and he saw his suitcase was open. And when suitcase was open, all his books gone missing. Then he immediately woke up and he saw my Bhagavad Gita is not there with many other books. He ran and asked his family members, where are my books? And then they said, oh, because the night time is very cold, we put all the books, including the Bhagavad Gita, into the fire. So he was, that was the only kind of book. Mind you, Kazakhstan is not like here. As you come to ISKCON temple, there are millions of books, you go and buy them. It's a very rare thing to get a Bhagavad Gita over there. So anyway, immediately he went back and got a stick and tried to take out his book, at least the Bhagavad Gita. So he took out the Bhagavad Gita and he saw the first few chapters are missing, but the majority portion of Bhagavad Gita was intact, even when it was in the fire. So the conclusion, the realization he had, this book must have got some kind of extraordinary knowledge, I must read. And he read and he became a bhakta, right? He joined the local group. So now I think is the time for us to see that Krishna is so kind, so much he is doing for us, giving us these valuable knowledges to us. And why is he doing that? Just because he loves us. Now, has this question ever arises in your mind? Please come in and please grab a cushion and sit down here. It's not going to be long to open the curtain. Okay, so just listen for 5 minutes quietly, please, without making noise. So the final point I'm just going to make is that Krishna loves us. Is it ever occurred to you that how can I love him? Right? How can I love him? So the question is, first and foremost thing, first thing we have to do to get attracted to Krishna. Word Krishna means all attractive. The word Krishna means all attractive. First of all, we have to get attracted to Krishna. And then secondly, we have to read Shastra, Srila Prabhupada's books. Because, okay, you got attracted to someone, then what? You have to know that person, yes? Boy loves a girl, girl loves a boy. First of all, attraction. But then what happened? Then gradually you want to know that person, yes? Gradually. And similarly, we have to know Krishna. Srila Prabhupada's books actually open to all, telling us who is Krishna, where did he come from, where was he born, and how much his opulence is, how beautiful he looks, each and everything, how much strength did he have, how many demons did he kill. Each and every answer you will get, not only from Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is just the beginners, it's all in Srila Prabhupada's books. So you have to learn to read Bhagavad Gita. Okay, you read the books, then what happens? Then gradually what happens is that we try to think, what should we do next? We will be doing, by reading the books. Yes, then after reading the books, then what happens is that we get a little bit of attachment to Krishna. Oh, Krishna does so much. You get attached to Krishna like you all are. You have come to see Krishna. How beautiful he looks. And then when the attachment comes, then you want to do, okay, he does so much for us. Whatever I'm asking, he is giving me. It's about time that I do something for him. That comes, then it comes as a service. You do some service for him. Whatever way you possibly can, either by money or physically coming here. You see, day up until 10 o'clock, from morning 2 o'clock, the devotees are coming and constantly doing some services. So then you tend to think how to do the service for him, whatever little I can do. You have come, that itself a service. And then not only the service, when the service mentality comes, this is the real knowledge, you see. When the service comes, you have to stop, you have to think of with love, loving service, loving devotional service, that comes. And then still love doesn't really come then. By doing the service, getting attracted, and then after attraction, reading the books, so many things. You need to have a patience. And by doing service, devotional service, one day you will see you have developed so much love for him. And this is actually the real knowledge. And that's what Bhagavad Gita is giving us. That develop, no matter whatever problems you have, until and unless fully you surrender to Krishna, your problem will never go away. Never. You can never, solve your problem unless and until you surrender to Krishna. Request Krishna, my dear Lord, what can I do for you? You do so much for me. And this is the knowledge, and this is why you have to read Bhagavad Gita. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. I must stop here. Don't have much time. So perhaps we... do you want to sing Hare Krishna mantra? Just for 2 minutes, and then curtain will be open. Thank you very much for all coming and sitting down and listening. Anybody has any quick question, or you understood what I am trying to say? Hare Krishna? Yes? Oh, this is not good. No question? Yes, is it okay? Gayatri? Thank you for coming. So we'll just probably will not have much time. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo Hare Krishna.